Hello there. Is it possible to go to a pawn shop, find good things, and then flip them for profit on eBay? Today, we're going to talk about that. I am Pronto Flips, and this is our first video. Thank you for stopping by my blog. I am Pronto Flips, and let me tell you about something that I flipped just this past week, and it was great. I am an eBay reseller. I've been doing eBay for the last 10 years. I've sold odds and ends, collectibles, I've sold electronics, I sell clothing, I sell shoes, I sell it all. Now I've had some great sales in the past 10 years, but last week I had my biggest sale so far. I walked into a local pawn shop about 2 weeks ago now, and as I always do, I went straight to the clearance section. Normally, you see broken things in the clearance section. You see things nobody likes. You see things few people want. Or, like in this case, you see things that people don't know what they are. I went over, I picked it up, and it looked like some sort of medical device. Now, as you know, a lot of medical devices are prohibited from being sold on eBay. So I took that into consideration when I picked it up and I looked at it closely. I began to do my eBay comps, the sold listing, looked at the sold listings to see what it had sold for in the past. And boy, was I shocked. This thing was selling for $2,500 to even $4,000. Now, immediately, I didn't know what the thing was. I could see that it was selling well. I could see that it was selling quickly, but I didn't know what it was. In fact, let me show you what I found. In the clearance table at my local pawn shop was this unit. It was let me see what it's called because I still don't know what the thing is. A MetaRx Avant audio meter, some sort of audio meter. Now I thought it was going to be prohibited from selling on eBay, but I saw plenty of other people selling it, and this eBay system did not give me any sort of listing error or any sort of the usual, like it blocks you from selling certain things. When I picked it up, when I was at the pawn shop looking at it, I could see it was in mint condition. I could see it seemed complete. It seemed hardly touched, if ever used. It had its case, it had the manual, everything was there. So I immediately just went to go pay for it. $100 they wanted for this thing. They wanted $100 for this audio meter. And just by looking at what they had sold for in the past, I knew I had to pick it up. I knew I had to buy it. I knew I had to take a gamble and see if I could sell it. So I paid for it. I rushed home. I did more research on it. I looked at who sells this, what it is, who's buying it, what it's used for. And I saw that it had software. I saw it had a calibration that was done a few years ago. So taking all that into consideration, looking at the sold listings, I priced mine accordingly. I priced it at 2,800. Some had sold a bit more, some had sold a bit less. So I priced it at 2,800 and waited. The only thing is that since it's some sort of hearing device that I'm not familiar with at all, I couldn't really test it fully. So I did put that down in my listing that it was being sold as is. It looked mint, it looked unused. However, I did not put this device through any sort of testing because I knew very little of how to handle the device, of how to be able to control it. So I sold it as is. So I priced it at 2,800. A few days went by, no offers, a lot of views. I had about 10 watchers, and I'm waiting for it to sell. I'm thinking of lowering the price. Maybe it's priced too high. And about on the fourth or fifth day, I'm at a barbecue and ka-ching, you hear that sound go off, and it had sold. Well, no, it hadn't sold. It actually had an offer for 2,500. So when I got that offer, I immediately accepted. I was like, let's go, 2,500. And I could see whoever bought it was like some sort of medical clinic. So if anyone's gonna buy it, it was gonna be some sort of facility like this. So I was like, wow, excellent. And on the next day, I packaged it, I insured it, I took it to the post office, off it went, the person has got it, everything is great, and I was ecstatic. I've been selling 10 years on eBay, and I've never had an ROI like that. I've never had a unit sell for so much. I never had a device. I've never had a sale for that amount of money. And it's a bit scary when you sell something of such high value, of such high dollar amounts, because you're always worried about returns. You're always worried about who's buying it. Are they going to want their money back because it's not working? Are they going to do a chargeback? What's going to happen? But I decided to take the gamble. It sold. I shipped it out. It's been a week or so. The person is fine with it. And boy, am I happy. Now, I usually have lots of good luck at pawn shops, but it's usually things that I buy for 25, sell for 80, maybe buy for 50, sell for 140, things of that nature that are still worth my time, that still give me back enough money. There's still enough meat on those bones so that I can actually make a profit off of those items. However, wow, $100 to $2,500, I'll take that any day of the week. Obviously, those don't occur very often, and I wouldn't expect them to occur often. But now, whenever I'm at pawn shops, whenever I'm going to be at a flea market or an estate sale, I'm definitely going to be looking out for these audio meters. And I see there's different brands, different models, newer, older, and they still fetch good money. So, Bolo, keep that please keep an eye out for audio meters. And apparently, they can be sold without a prescription. Now, that last statement, if you need a prescription or not, at least that was my experience. Maybe you do need a prescription for it. I'm not sure, but in my experience selling this equipment, this audio meter equipment, it was done fast and easy. Well, when you're out there, keep looking out for those audio meters, and hopefully, I can get more of these great quick sales. My name is Pronto Flips. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.